What's up, family? Welcome back to another video. Now, if you are new here, my name is Javon Brody. I am a nutrition expert, a health coach. I have my bachelor's in exercise science and nutrition management, along with a lot of certifications as well. So, my goal is to help you to apply practical solutions to your daily life when it comes to your physical health and your emotional and your spiritual health. I primarily work with males between the ages of 25 to 39 and helping them to improve their overall health, their mental health, their spiritual health, and also to help them to become better leaders, fathers, husbands, you name it. Right. So if you are a person that you always ask yourself this question when you wake up in the morning, what am I going to eat today? This video is for you, right? So by the end of this lesson, right, you will have a personalized nutrition system that's going to fit your schedule, support your goals, reduce your stress, and also eliminate the daily question that you have every morning, right? So for those who are in my nutrition call right now, for those who are on TikTok and Instagram right now, right? Make sure that you comment below too as well, right? So if you have any questions, make sure that you comment in below, right? I'm a person that like to have a whiteboard. I like to make things practical for you, right? This is just a raw video, so this is uncut. I want to make sure that you guys are getting the full process of things that the Holy Spirit just dropping me off the top, right? So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay. So we want to address the elephant in the room, right? The truth about nutrition success, the truth about your dietary lifestyle, right? How many of you believe that you need to have the perfect diet, fancy meal plan, expensive supplements, right, and extreme restrictions? Raise your hand, right? I have thought about that too when I was early in my career. But along over the past decade of me being a health coach and helping over 700 individuals, right, what I have noticed is that what you guys really need is a repeatable routine, better planning, simple grocery habits, and better time management skills, right? It is not about knowing more, it's more so about how do you implement stuff that things that works for your family, but also how can you be able to be held accountable as well, right? So this framework is what I use to help all my clients, right, to become successful in their nutritional lifestyle, right? So I'm actually going to pull up my whiteboard here, right? And I call this the aligned nutrition framework, okay? The aligned nutrition framework. So before we go deeper, right? The first thing that we want to talk about is A. All right. What is A? A is you're going to assess your reality. I can't give you solid nuggets, right? If you're not going to accept what your reality looks like, if you're not going to be aware of what your reality looks like. One thing that I learned in the military is the importance of situational awareness. You have to be aware of the presence of what's going on around you. So, A is that you're going to assess your reality. Okay, you're going to assess your reality. Please don't mind my chicken scratch. All right. But for those who are taking notes, I want you to take notes. This is going to help you. Right. So you want to assess your reality. So before building a nutritional routine, right, you have to assess your current lifestyle. The first thing that we want to address in this particular framework, right, is time. Okay. When we talk about time, right, what time are you going to wake up? Okay. What time do you leave for work? How many meals can you realistically prepare? And what days are you normally busiest? Right? What time do you wake up? What time do you leave for work? Right? the number of meals you can prepare, and then what days of the week are you the busiest. Hope I spelled it correctly. Okay. Once you assess those particular things, okay, you can now start to become more aware of what your time, what are you spending your most time on in between those times, right? So for me, on a regular basis, I wake up at 6 a.m. Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. I pray. I leave for the gym for 6:30 to be at the gym by 7. Right. Work begins at 9:30 for me. Okay, so between 6 and 9:30, right? I pray, I head to the gym, I knock out 60 minutes of a workout routine, and I get out the way. because I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? There I do a lot of things. I do real estate surveys. I do I'm a health coach from primarily throughout the day. I do a lot of things, right? Always taking professional development courses and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that I do throughout the day, right? So one thing that I make sure is that I get the minimum 3 meals per day, right? 3 meals per day. If I'm on the road for most of my morning, which typically I am, right? One thing I always do is I go to Dr. Google, healthy restaurants near me, right? Things that I can grab on the go. I either grab a breakfast sandwich at Starbucks. All right, I go to Quick Trip and grab me a few granola bars, or I already have granola bars that's already at the house. I put in my bag, and then I eat those on the way to the gym with a water bottle. Right. So realistically, how many meals that you want to have? Right. You want to have at least 3 meals. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Right. Lunch, if you're typically going to work, and then dinner as well. Dinner one should be the lightest. Right. So the heaviest meal should be breakfast, right? Because think about your body as a vehicle. When you drive out to do whatever trip, right? You want to make sure that you're on a full tank of gas. That is breakfast. That's going to give you the energy for most of the day, right? Lunch is a little bit less heavier than breakfast, right? And that's your pit stop. That's your midday trip, and then dinner is just to help you to carry on through for the remainder of the night, right? Dinner should be the lightest meal of the day. Now, for those who are part of my Transform Men Collective, right, we do have the basic nutrition guidelines as well, so that you can download it as well. For those who are part of my fitness community as well, my clients, right, it should be in your app underneath resources. Okay, so if you do not have access to those apps, make sure that you text me and let me know, and then I'll go ahead and give you access to that. Now, if you're watching this video, if you're on my stream right now, right, and you want to have access to that basic nutrition, right, the link to grab that is going to be below. Okay. Now, for me, the busiest day of the week, right, is always Monday. Monday's the busiest day. Monday and Wednesdays, those are the busiest days of the week for me. Okay. So now that I know what my time is like, right, what I want to do now is to set a time where I can prep my meals. Okay, I'm probably going ahead of my notes and all that good stuff. Um, but we're going to talk about that right later on in the framework. Okay. Now that you know that, right? If you hear my son in the background hooping and hollering with my wife, disregard that. But anyways, now that we know our time assessment, now that we have assessed our time, right? We want to assess our nutrition. All right, I'm gonna change color. Right. Want to assess our nutrition. I'm gonna do a different color. This color is a little bit too bright for me on this whiteboard. Okay. So now we want to assess our nutrition. How many times during the week do you eat out? Okay. So that will tell you, or how can you cut back on eating out and then more so spend more time having solid, having prepped meals. That way you can save money. Okay. What foods cause you to overeat? Okay. What foods cause you to overeat? You want to ask yourself that question too as well. What foods do you enjoy? Okay. And then when do you feel the most hungry? Okay. When do you feel the most hungry? Because now you can assess what your behaviors are. Okay. One of the things I teach my clients is how to be aware of their eating patterns. Okay. It's important that you are aware of your eating patterns so that way you can know how to manage those patterns. Okay. So now that you have assessed your nutrition, we want to go down to talk to assess your lifestyle. Okay. Lifestyle is the next thing. So when we're assessing our lifestyle, please don't mind my chicken scratch. I'm like writing real fast. Right? Lifestyle. Kids. Do you have any kids? Right? I have one of my own. If you hear them in the background, you can tell. Right? Do you travel often? A lot of people do have traveling jobs, right? So what I give for some of my clients that travel a lot, right? I give them a traveling cheat sheet so they'll know how to prepare their meals for when they're traveling. Like this week, I'm traveling to Miami, so I already look for gyms that's already near me, restaurants that's already near me. Are we staying at an Airbnb? Or is there like a grocery store or a Publix or something that I can, buy instead of me having to keep, buying food every single night? Right? Does the event provide meals already? That way I can, prepare myself nutritionally and not feel like I have to be a big bag. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are being proactive and not reactive. What I mean by proactive is that you're planning ahead of time so that way it minimizes your stress when you pull up to your traveling location. Okay. Lifestyle. Do you work from home? Right? You work from home. Do you have access to a refrigerator or a microwave? Okay. The key principle in these three things, right? In your time, your nutrition, and your lifestyle, the key principle is so that you can plan around your life, right? Not your life planning around your nutrition plan. Okay. We want to make this simple for you. How can you plan around your life? How can we implement things given that you have these particular routines? Right? How many times do I eat out? Right? I'll use myself an example, probably eat at least 3 times a week, 3 or 4 times. I say probably 3 or 4 times, right? Because on Sunday there's this Jamaican food truck, right? That I love to get my favorite dish, jerk chicken festival with some plantains, right? And that's my Sunday that's my Sunday meal, right? And then the other 3 times, I'm probably grabbing a breakfast sandwich um, on the go as I'm going to the properties I'm surveying. For some of y'all, what foods do you cause overeat? All right, for me, back when I was a big back, I was cookies. What foods do I enjoy? There's a lot. It varies. There's a lot of food that I enjoy. The times I'm typically hungry, it's either early morning or late night. That's just my lifestyle. Okay. At this point, I'm just assessing my entire life. Do I have any kids? Yes, I do have one. Right? Do I travel a lot? Yes, I do. Do I work from home? It's more so like a 60-40. Right? I'm on the road in the mornings. Most days of the week. Yeah, about a 60-40. I don't know what was that about. Let me go ahead and erase that. Declare some things. Mine is definitely 40% of the time I'm on the road, 60% of the time I work from home. Okay. So now that I've assessed my lifestyle, right, we're going to move in to the next letter in our framework. L. We want to lay the foundation. Okay. I'm going to lay the foundation. Once you have laid out the foundation, this is the area where you can build sustainability in your lifestyle. Right? So by laying the foundation, this will help you to prevent yourself from just eating randomly. But now establishing eating windows. Okay? So for some people, it could be from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I like 12-12s, right? Because I'm on the road a lot. I do a lot of things. I'm very busy. So having 12 hours to eat is very effective for me. Right? So mine is, change the color. Mine is like from, it varies. Sometimes it's from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mine is from, it could be from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You know, my cutoff time is 8 p.m. I don't eat after 8 because I go to bed at like 10:30, 11 o'clock after I've done wind down, spend time with my wife, talk, whatever, put our son to bed, those particular things. Okay. So for most people, I recommend doing 12-12s. 12 hours that you're eating, 12 hours that you're not eating. Some people may say, well, is this intermittent fasting? Yeah, you can consider this, but it's more so of a routine that I want you to get into the lifestyle of, right? Without thinking, oh, I'm doing this type of fasting, dietary fast. Okay. So 12-12s, think about 7 a.m. around or sometime in the early morning. That's just a concept. All right. So early morning. Early morning is where you have breakfast. Right. Late morning to afternoon, lunch. Got early afternoon. Early afternoon. You can have a snack in between. And then evening time, obviously, is gonna be it's gonna be dinner. Okay. So this is my routine here. Early morning, I have breakfast. Right. So if I'm not on the road, I'm still in the gym by 7:30, 7 a.m. It depends on what time I wake up after 6. Right? Pray, go to the gym, boom. When I come back home, I'm already having breakfast. My wife already prepares me breakfast. Then I have lunch. Then I have a snack. If I'm hungry, I have a snack. But because my breakfast is always loaded with a lot of protein in it, it sustains me for primarily most of the day. Lunch sustains me for the remainder of the day, and then dinner is fairly light. Okay, but so for some people, right? You may be saying, well, just don't have the time. Well, a lot of people make time for what's important to them. Okay, everything is a time investment. So you want to make sure that that what if you're going to bed late, go to bed a little bit earlier, so we can wake up earlier. If you're a person that slaps the snooze button, right? Perhaps you want to stop slapping the snooze button. Okay, so you want to make sure that that you're building consistency, but you won't have to assess your life, so where you can say, okay, these are areas of my life where I'm lacking, and these are areas of my life where I definitely do need improvement, and I need to do better at. Okay, so once you have laid out the foundation, the key thing is not about the time. Okay, the exact times do not matter. It's really just about the principle. Okay, it's about building structure, consistency, because a structure scheduled helps you to reduce impulsive eating. It improves your energy throughout the day. It improves portion control, and it reduces the decision fatigue. Okay, so it's very imperative that you build structure. Once you build structure, your life is going to be a lot more manageable. Okay? All right. Now let's move forward with our blueprint. Okay? Let's move forward with our blueprint. So we talked about assessing our reality, right? L was laying the foundation. We're in I. We're almost there. We got 3 more points, right? But IGN. So right now we're in I. We have to be intentional. Make this line a little bit thicker. We want to be intentional. No. Right? We want to intentionally grocery shop. Okay? Intentionally grocery shop. This is one of the cheat codes that I give my clients in their nutritional resources. Okay? Now, I'm going to draw this out for you. Okay? This is the grocery store. Okay? I'm going to make this very, very simple for you. Okay? Very, very simple for you. Right? So, you have your bakery goods here. Got your meats here. Probably got your dairy here, or you got your produce. You got your meats here. You got your dairy here. You might have, let's say, you might have your bakery and frozen foods. Frozen foods sometimes in the middle of the aisle, right? And in the aisle, you might have like your snacks and all that whatnot, right? But here's the key thing, right? Intentionally grocery shop. Now, here's the key thing. Number one, right? There's 4 rules for this. Okay? 4 rules. Number one, you have to shop with a list. Rule number one, shop with a list. Okay? Because when you shop with a list, you know what to grocery, you know what to get. Is it perfect all the time? Absolutely not. Because even when my wife and I go grocery shopping, there are some times where we forget to make a list, right? But we've been doing for quite some time to where it's like, all right, we know what we need in the house and we know what to get and all that good stuff. Okay? So we want to make sure that one, you shop with a list. Rule number two, do not grocery shop when you're hungry. Why? Because your goofy self is gonna go down the aisle talk about, I want me a snack to eat. I want me to I want me to right? So you want to make sure that you are not grocery shopping when you're hungry. Okay? Rule number three, you want to shop on the perimeter of the store. Why do I say to shop on the perimeter of the store? Because you have a 95% chance, outcome of your grocery cart being healthier than if you just shopped in the aisles. Okay. Rule number one, shop with a list. Rule number two, don't go to the store hungry. Number three, shop on the perimeter of the store. And number four, right? Have a variety, switch things up, make things fun. Okay, have a variety of it. Okay, for those who are my clients, you have a variety, you have a nutritional cheat sheet to where you can pick the different protein sources, fat sources, carbs, vegetables, you name it. Okay, now here's some protein choices for you: chicken breasts, lean ground turkey, salmon, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lean beef. Right? Those are just a few. Out of those protein sources, I just want you to pick three or four. Okay? And just have that in routine. Okay? Have that in routine. Carbohydrate sources, right? Whole grains. What type of whole grains? Right? You can do jasmine brown rice, couscous, bulgur wheat, right? Sweet potatoes, oatmeal, fruits, right? Whole grain bread. You can do any one of those things. Pick three or four of those. Okay? Vegetables, right? You have a lot of vegetable options that's in the produce aisle. You do broccoli, green beans, spinach, frozen mixed vegetables, bell peppers, Brussels sprouts. There's so many kale. There's so many options that you can choose from. Right? That's in that produce aisle. Right? For beginners, I definitely do recommend you start with just frozen vegetables and just microwave them or steamables. Do whatever that you want to do with those particular things. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself some variety of what to grocery shop for. Okay? Healthy fats. You have avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, seeds, walnut oil, sunflower oil, right? Those particular things that comes from plants, right? Plants or seeds. Those are healthy oils. Those contains a lot of unsaturated fat. Excuse me. I'm going to say polyunsaturated fat. Okay, and those are fats that are liquid at room temperature. Okay, there are some saturated fat, right, that are healthy for you because your brain needs it, and then some types of your hormonal functions need saturated fat too. Well, there are some saturated fats that are healthy, but mainly unsaturated fats are important. Okay, now now that we have talked about intentionally grocery shopping, let's go to the next part of our framework. It's going to be G. Okay, we almost done. You want to stay to the end? Stay to the end. I got a good nugget for you. G. You want to generate a weekly plan. I'm a write cleaner for you. Generate I'm going to generate a weekly plan. Okay. one of the biggest mistakes that people make is trying to create a different meal every day. It becomes overwhelming. Okay? It becomes overwhelming to the point where you become discouraged. So it's important that you just simplify. Okay? Simplify. And this is my 3-2-1 method. Okay? This is my 3-2-1 method. 3 proteins, 2 carbs, 1 fat. Or I should say, and vegetable mix. Okay? 3 proteins, 2 carbs, 1 fat, and vegetable mix. Okay? 3 proteins. So, in the week, right? What is your 3 proteins? What's that protein you're gonna have for breakfast? What's that protein you're gonna have for lunch? What's that protein you're gonna have for dinner? Okay? 2 carbs. Or 2 carbs you're gonna have. What is the carb that you're gonna have for breakfast? What's the carb you're gonna have for lunch? Right? 1 vegetable. Right? What's that vegetable that you're gonna have for lunch and dinner? Okay? And then what's that fat you're gonna cook with? All right. I do avocado oil if I'm cooking on the stovetop, bacon and stuff like that. I use avocado oil. That's my 1 fat. Okay. So we want to keep it simple. We want to keep it repeatable. And we want to keep it effective. Okay. We want to keep it what? Simple. We want to keep it repeatable. We want to keep it effective. Okay? Just keep it within this framework here. Okay? Is it simple? Is it repeatable? Is it effective? Okay? Effective is not a matter of after 1 or 2 days. Give it time. Give it time. Okay? Because a lot of y'all, after 1 or 2 days, well, it wasn't effective, so I'm going to do something else. Give it some time. Okay? Give it time. You got to be patient with the process. This is a lifestyle that you're building. It's not just a goal that you're trying to build. Okay? This is a lifestyle that you are building. All right? On to the last one. Okay? On to the last one. We're going to navigate, right, your schedule. Navigate your schedule. If you're liking this, right, I just want to take a quick moment just to pause real quick, right? If you're liking this, make sure that you are liking, commenting, and subscribing, right? Like it, comment, subscribe, right? Share something that you want to learn, right, in our health blueprint. Okay? Share something that you want to learn, share your questions and all that good stuff. Right? This is going to help the algorithm to get this out for people who are struggling just like you. Okay? Anyways, back to it. All right, so we're in N. All right? N is where we navigate our schedule. Okay? N is where we navigate our schedule. This is where your dietary lifestyle becomes the most successful. Okay? And it's largely a time management skill. Okay? Now, you want to find a day during the week, right, that you have the most time available spend 60 to 90 minutes prepping for the week. Okay? 60 to 90 minutes prepping for the week. Okay? During this time, you can do a lot of different things. You can grocery shop, right? You can wash produce, right? You can cook your proteins. You can portion your meals, right? You can pack lunches, prepare the night before. You can prepare your snacks, whatever it is. Okay. And this is one thing that I have learned and discovered over my decade of being a health coach. 1 hour of preparation. You spend 1 hour, right? 1 hour of prep gives you back 5 to 10 hours during the week of trying to figure things out. Okay? By prepping, by being intentional, right? By assessing your lifestyle, laying out your foundation, right? Intentionally grocery shopping, right? Generating your weekly meal plan, right? This will help you to save 5 to 10 hours of just simply trying to figure it out and being overwhelmed, overstimulated, and stressed out to the point where you just revert and relapse to your old habits. Okay? One of the things that I do before the next day is that I prep the night before. Okay? I prep the night before. It takes me like 30 minutes to prep the night before. I print out my reports. I put my my work clothes in my bag. I put my granola bars in my bag. I put my water bottle in the fridge because I like to drink cold water. Right? And then I have my pre-workout from our brand as well. That's already in my bag. Got my keys that's clipped onto my bag. My wallet's in my bag already. Right? My phone and my phone and my watch is already charging when I'm sleeping. So that way, all I gotta do is get up, shower, or if I shower the night before, I get up, pray, and head out the house. Okay? So you wanna make sure that you are preparing yourself, right? Be intentional about navigating your schedule and preparing for each day or preparing for the entire week. Okay? Now, if you're short on time, right, you can use convenience food strategically. Okay? If you're short on time, use convenience food strategically. Rotisserie chicken, right? I know Simple Truth got a lot of like cold processed foods that, yeah, cold made foods that all you got to do is microwave it and then you're good to go. Simple Truth is one of my favorite, cold ready made foods for you. Fresh vegetables, Greek yogurt, protein snacks, right? Pre-cut fruit, right? Those particular things is helpful for you, right? I don't want you to think that just because it's convenient that it's cheating. It's not cheating. Convenience is a tool. We want to use it wisely. Okay, this is our aligned framework. Okay, this is our aligned framework. Now, if you watch till the end, I wanna share this bonus thing with you. Okay, I want to share this bonus thing with you. All right, one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is time management. I just use MGT for sure. All right, here are the 3 mistakes that people make when it comes to their time. Mistake number 1: right? Mistake number one: a lot of people wait until they're hungry to decide what to eat. Waiting till you're hungry. Okay. Here's a solution for you. Plan ahead. Okay. Be proactive with your nutrition. Plan ahead. Okay. Mistake number two: a lot of people do this. A lot of you guys do this. Skip meals. All right. Skip meals all day to the point where you get home and now you're overeating at night. Okay. Here's a solution. You want to create consistent meal times. Okay. Create consistent meal times. Just apply the framework. Okay. If you apply and implement my aligned framework, this is going to help your life to become a lot more manageable. Here's mistake number three. Mistake number three is that many of you believe that there are no healthy options available. Okay. It's either that some of you guys may believe that there's no healthy options available or healthy options are too expensive. Okay. Always carry protein shake, protein bar, fruits, trail mix, water, those particular things. Okay. You can always carry a small snack. My clients will tell you that I always have a small snack with me because given my routine, I burn 3,300 calories every single day. Okay. So it's important that at the end of this, that we assess our reality. Okay. Assess your time, your nutrition, and also your lifestyle. Okay. It's important that you lay out the foundation, right? Build that sustainable nutrition routine, right? By implementing structure. But it's about consistency. It's not about perfection. You want to intentionally grocery shop. Okay. You want to generate a weekly meal plan by applying my 3-2-1 method. Okay. And then you want to navigate your schedule. Okay. Be intentional about the time that you're preparing your meals throughout the day or for the week. Okay. So if this helped you, right, subscribe below. Okay. Subscribe, like, comment, share this. Okay. If this helped you, let me know by commenting below. Okay. And if you want to see more of this content, all right, comment below. If you want the basic nutritional guidelines that gives you a list of different protein, fats, carbohydrates, and vegetables as well, right? Go to the link below, and then you'll be able to have access to that free resource. All right. Anyway, y'all stay tuned. Take care. See you in the next video.